Hello, my name's Jo Dobson, and in this video we're going to look at how you can use keywords to find information for your subjects. These are some of the areas you may be studying this semester. I'm going to use the bottom one, and I'm going to pull out the topics so I can start to understand a little bit more about the whole question of sport and volunteering in the community sector. So the topics involved in this question are sport, volunteering, and community. Once I've found my information, I'm just then going to have a look at how I might be able to save them for later use. If after any sort of research or assignment work you find you need a little bit of extra help, then these are some of the options available to you. For now, I'm just going to go through to the library homepage. What I'm going to do is start with library search. And at this point, I can copy in my keywords. There we go. Sport and volunteer and community. What I have done here is I've linked the words with and so that all the words have to occur in my search, and I've also put an asterisk at the end of volunteer, so we might get volunteer or volunteers, just a way of expanding the amount of results you might get back. I'm also at this point going to sign in to make sure I get access to all the information the university has brought in. Once I've logged in, you can see my name appears here. It's actually going to make me do my search again. There we go. And search. Because we're using key terms, we're going to get a range of information to cover these subject areas. You can see there's over 100,000 pieces of information there. So our next step is obviously to think what we need. Well, first of all, I might want a book to learn a little bit more about the subject, so I can limit here to books. Once I've limited to books, I might decide I actually want to read online, as I can't get into the library at the moment very often. So I can select online. And what this does is it actually brings up to me some readily available information in the form of online books. Other options for refining down the side might be the date, but this varies a lot depending on what the question is as to how useful it is. Okay, so all these online for a quick to increase my understanding of this subject area. Having had that understanding, I might want some actual examples. So I'm going to remove these limiters and look for information on a more research basis, such as journal articles. So now, instead of choosing books, what I'm going to do is choose a journal article down here. And as I mentioned in our introductory recording, they give you the examples, if you like, to use in your assignment. So if I wanted to look at this second one down here, all I would have to do is either go straight in at this point or follow one of these links. If you go into the record, you get a little bit more information, which will help you decide if it's useful or not. If we scroll down a little bit, you often get a description of what the research is involved. So at this point, you can decide whether you want to use it or not. And then just go back up here. You can see these are the access into the online versions, or you've got an option here. Okay, so we've done a search. How can we actually save this information? Well, you can see up here in the corner, we've got these pins. It's your favorite section. So if I wanted to save some of these articles, all I need to do is click on the pin and they move up to the favorites. This is the same with journal articles, videos, whatever the record, books as well, they go into the favorites section. From here, if I click on favorites, you can see they're at the top of my list. And rather than have just one long list, it's a good idea to have your work divided into different sections. As this is a new area, what I might choose to do is click on the actual subject that we've brought across. A little bit slow, I'm afraid. There we go. and then we can add them to a label. And if we wanted a new label in this case, we could just do volunteering and enter. This is good practice, so it means when you come back to do the assignment, you could just go straight into your favourites and down to the folder, and your work is ready to carry on writing and reading. Okay, I hope that's helpful. Thank you. Bye-bye.